Hi, everybody. Gary Chavez here, and I'm at Origins 2018 with Mr. Rusty Lumpkin. He's from Three Nail Games, and he's got a game for us called Sea of Plunder. Rusty, tell us about your game.
Yeah, Gary, thanks for having me. So this is Sea of Plunder.
Mm-hmm.
So in Sea of Plunder, you're a merchant ship. You're chasing after mysterious treasure islands.
Mm-hmm.
You're also trying to dodge pirates while you go, and you're also collecting goods along your path. So traveling to these merchant cities that you can find to get goods.
Okay, great. How many players?
It plays 2 to 4 players. It takes about 30 to 60 minutes.
Okay, great.
And it's got a lightweight strategy feel, almost like a gateway game.
Okay, and you got some great art here. So it's a map, and you've got some of the ships, and you're kind of interacting with each other. And we played a few rounds of this, and I love the tactical feel to this.
Thank you.
Where did the inspiration for this game come from?
The inspiration for this game, actually, I was driving home one day from work, and I seen a logo, and it was like 9 interlocking rings.
Yeah.
And so, like, my mind started rolling of like an asymmetric grid movement game. And eventually it turned into this, which isn't asymmetric at all.
Yeah.
And originally it had like a treasure hunting theme, but you were like on land searching for a buried treasure.
Sure.
But just theme-wise, it really came out a lot better as a sailing game.
Okay. Are you working with anyone else on this, or is it just you?
Me and the artist, and then my wife's part of the company as well. So yeah, it's just us 3 working at it, and it's been awesome.
How long have you been working on this?
So it's been a total of about 3 years. So
wow.
We spent 1 year just throwing around the idea. It's like, okay, so this is an idea. What are we going to do with it? Or is this just something that we put back on the shelf? And designing was completely new to us 3 years ago, and it was my wife that really just encouraged me. She said, "Go
Great.
for it." She's like, "What's stopping you?"
Sure.
So that was. I gotta appreciate my wife because she's the one that taught me it's okay to dream.
Okay.
So we're chasing after this dream, and we're super excited about it. So it took us a year to figure out that this is the route we're going to go, and we're going to attempt to self-publish. We never really even talked to too many other publishers. I talked with Queen Games, and they gave me some really good input about a year ago, so really appreciate that input. But it's been an awesome, exciting ride. So 2 years ago, we found an artist, and it is eventually now where it's at. So a year ago, we first started showing the public it at Dice Tower Con.
Okay.
And so here in about 2 weeks, it will be officially 1 year since the public has seen it. So,
Okay, great. What's been the biggest design challenge for you?
So biggest design challenge was at one point in time, players felt like they were getting close to the treasures, right, but not quite there. So we added in a new mechanic where you have these magical compasses, and the magical compasses allow you to rotate your treasure maps that you follow by. And so this allows you to be able to have more access to capability of moving. So that was a big design challenge. Another major design challenge was pirates were not moving around near as much as what we originally wanted them to. And so there was some movement. If you played combos, you could get all the pirates to shift, but they always shifted in unison. And so we ended up adding in that you discard a card, and whenever you discard a card, that moves a pirate of your choice specifically.
That's one of the more interesting mechanics of this, that your discard, usually that's just kind of a throwaway thing, but the discard actually affects the game.
And another big design challenge was we have a 13 by 13 grid, and so every time someone travels to a treasure island, a new treasure island pops out on the map. And we wanted to completely randomize that, and trying to figure out how to completely randomize that without just having specific locations that could pop up and somebody just be camping in that location waiting for it. That was a little difficult. So we started out with a 14 card, two 14 card decks that you just drew out of. but it just did not have that gamer feel to it.
Yeah.
And so we've been working with Panda Game Manufacturing, and we are going to end up with custom 14-sided dice.
Awesome.
That you just roll the 14-sided dice. It feels awesome, and everything works out great.
Something about clacking dice. It has a great gamer feel to it. Yeah, and you have a 13 by 13 grid, and you said if you roll a 14, then the pirates automatically get a treasure.
You bet.
Okay.
And that's one of the mechanics I really like about it, because it's end-of-game triggered.
Yeah.
That there's 2 end-of-game triggers. One is going to be when players end up getting 3 treasures or more, and the other is when the pirates end up getting 6 or more treasures. It's one of those things that all of a sudden it can really skyrocket right to the end of the game, and you weren't expecting it.
Okay. How have you been playtesting this?
I've been playtesting. I've got a group of playtesters back home, right? But it's a pretty small community back home. So
where's back home?
Back home would be close to Muncie, Indiana.
Okay.
So Ball State University is pretty close to there. So yeah, we've been taking it out to cons ever since.
Great.
And getting feedback from there, taking down what they have to say, and really just trying to figure out where are all the bugs and trying to work those out.
Okay, great. So you're planning to kickstart this soon, right?
Yeah. So matter of fact, real soon. So July 3rd. So
July
just
3rd.
a couple weeks away. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Gearing up for everything.
Yep. We're getting there. So
you got a great email list I've seen. You got several emails.
Thank you.
Where'd you learn that email is an important thing?
So I ended up getting Jamie Stegmeier's book, Crowdfunder's Guide, and I've also been following him, his blog. I've been following James Matthey. So those are the 2 big designers and publishers that have really helped me.
And if you don't know those names in making games, you better know those names.
Yeah, check them out because they're awesome.
Yes.
So.
Okay. So if someone wanted to, on your Kickstarter, what would be the entry-level price for this?
Okay, so originally it was going to be $32, and that is free shipping here in the U.S. So that was what we're shooting at, but we found that we're recrunching some numbers here last minute. We're trying to bring our goal level down to more reasonable, more likely to fund, but in order to do that, we might have to tick up the single price of the game. So the game we're playing on free shipping in the U.S., and it's going to range anywhere from $30 to $40 total.
Okay, great.
So final numbers are still out yet.
Okay, so I assume it's a 30-day Kickstarter?
36.
36-day Kickstarter.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're going to be launching the day right before Dice Tower Con, which we'll be at.
You're going to be
and then
fantastic.
And then it ends just a couple days after Gen Con.
Okay.
The reason I went ahead and took it just a couple more days is that I teach. I wanted my students to be able to hear about the game and get in on the Kickstarter if that's something that they're interested in.
Okay.
So we're going just a couple more days to be able to show them.
Okay, great. If someone wanted to, of course, there's going to be the Kickstarter page under the name Sea of Plunder, right?
Sea of Plunder.
What if just in general, if someone wants to learn about what you're doing, wants to learn about Three Nail Games, you have a website?
Yeah, so you can find us on our webpage, www.threenailgames.com.
Okay.
You can also go to Facebook. We have a Facebook group there, or a Facebook page, so that's Three Nail Games LLC. Okay. And we also have a Sea of Plunder group that's just getting started.
Fantastic. Okay. All right, Rusty, thank you very much.
Thank you,
So,
Gary.
Rusty Lumpkin, Sea of Plunder, Kickstarter, Three Nail Games, Kickstarter July 3rd.
July 3rd.
Through
August 7th.
Through August 7th. Sounds good. Rusty, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right.